All right, there's been a lot of talk about Donald Trump and his debt and whether or not he paid back the banks from the business fraud and everything else. And here's the thing. From the beginning, Donald Trump has been defrauding banks just to get loans, starting with the 100 richest people list in Forbes magazine, and he begged to be on and lied to get on, used his father's assets to get on, and then taking that list as a proclamation of his worthiness for loans to banks and getting loans. So he's kind of run a loan scam from the beginning. It has been noted that there hasn't really been much financial action in Trump world in the last couple of years because he's not building anything, so he's not getting money from anything. So in theory. So let's just see. But when he went to 2020 and he was banking on getting in as a president, he had over $300 million in loans that he personally guaranteed. That he guaranteed because he had business deals worked out with people like China and Russia and Saudi Arabia and North Korea and all this for all these businesses as a second-term president with really no guardrails. He was going to partner with them. He was already partnered with them. And he collected money from these people up front. He collected in, I think it was 2000, oh, no, in the 90s. He borrowed $20 million from Daewoo, the North Korean company. The reason Kim Jong-un is now saying that he owes North Korea, he owes Kim Jong-un $20 million, is even back then he was making deals and borrowing money based on a false set of circumstances. So when he became president, that bill came up too, because he didn't pay them either. So now Kim Jong-un, because he didn't get the second term, is trying to chase him for that $20 million. There's also word that Russia's after him for some money, and Saudi Arabia is now saying there's a loan somewhere. But they're really, really tight, so I don't know if Russia or Saudi Arabia is actually going to do anything about it. Little Kim's pissed. But anyway, on top of all that, you've got all this other debt that's accumulating with the $83 million verdict going to Eugene Carroll, whatever's going to come out of the New York fraud case, which is now going to be amplified by the Weisselberg perjury testimony, not only in the New York fraud case, but also with the Manhattan District Attorney. The Manhattan District Attorney for the hush fund business paperwork fraud, the other business fraud case in Manhattan, that's going to have a hefty fine attached to it as well. Any of these cases that he loses, that there's money attached, he has to pay that money into a court fund, and it has to sit there during the appeal. Otherwise, he can't appeal it. If he doesn't appeal it, that money goes directly to the court for collection actions and judgments, which will go directly into his buildings and his assets that are going to be under the court's control once the verdict is read for the New York fraud trial. So all of these debts and all of these broken promises, because he didn't become president in 2020, are right now piling up on him. So as you see him lose his stuff, he is going to admit things like it was an insurrection, like he never promised to uphold the Constitution, like there was evidence in 2016 of Russian meddling in the election. That helped him win the election. They're all parts of court filings and podium speeches. So all of this stuff that's boiling up under the surface that we don't know about yet is going to become very, 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 very painfully obvious when he loses the 2024 election. And now I don't think that the Supreme Court is going to uphold Colorado's decision to take him off. I think he will be put back on those ballots, but I think he is going to get his butt whooped by Joe Biden and Taylor Swift, because after all, the Pentagon knows exactly what they're doing. And they had her all set up with Travis Kelce, and now they're engaged. I mean, come on. Pentagon hit this PSYOP routine right out of the freaking park. Are you kidding me? All of this is going to culminate. I'm kind of glad he's not being taken off the ballot, because when he does lose, that would have been the excuse. Is if it was a real election, wouldn't happen. No excuses. Get out there and vote. Make sure everyone you know votes, and make sure they vote for the right person. The one with a future in democracy in this country, or the one without. That's what it's down to. And all those other people that are voting right down the aisle for Donald Trump, against everything that the Biden administration puts up, and that is negotiated, bipartisan, that puts up to protect this country, make this country a better place, that is getting voted down every single damn time there's something brought to that House of Representatives. I think it's about time we need to start the House of Representatives actually forcing them to represent us. No matter who you voted for, they represent all of us. So make their phone rings, harass them. Don't get pissed off at people on TikTok or on Facebook or on anything else because you don't agree with them. Call your people that you voted for, or the people you didn't vote for that are supposed to represent you, and tell them how you feel and how you want them to vote on the border bills, on capping drug prices at $2,000 a year, on insulin prices, on price gouging for the gas, on everything. Make the phone calls, get involved, but for God's sake, stop treating your vote like it's a token at an amusement park. Your vote affects everyone in this world. This is a man who started everything with so much debt. He is in debt to everyone around this damn world. That's why the emolument clause was there. That big, important constitutional piece that he ignored since day one. So you're talking about loving the Constitution, you're talking about loving this country, you're talking about being such patriots. Look at the big picture. Hire someone that actually represents you. Not, well, he's better than Joe, or he's better than Hillary. A lot of people could be put in that position. So put them there. Stop tearing this country apart because of it. Your guy should not be in office. Should not be in any office. Not even an office at Trump org. Because that's who he is. Stay vigilant. Stay educated and be kind. Because we are all in this together. Whether we like it or not. We need to start working like a united States citizens.